All right, all right, all right. Transparency in the chair, let me tell you, has nothing to do with hair, but stories that derive from the chair.
My name is Rae. My co-pilot is Kay. We are two hairstylists with over 50 years of combined industry experience, ownership, platform artistry, salon education, and mentorship. We are both two sages that have stories to tell.
All right, and you know how juicy it can get. It could be any chair. Think about any chair that you sit on. There's a story in the chair.
With authentic and transparent moments, we are bringing you the juice to you, along with our perspectives, of course.
This is what we're bringing to you every week with confidence and knowledge and nuggets that you will leave this podcast with so much inner feelingness, so much knowledge, so much power, empowerment. So tune in every week and we're going to drop the nuggets on you with special guests from time to time. So don't miss out. Join in to Transparency in the Chair.
Oh, yeah.
So much so.
So much so.
You know, in your marriage.
Oh, God, your marriage. What's our favorite thing, sister? You could get more bees with honey.
There you go.
A lot of people don't believe that.
No.
But it's true.
No, I gotta say what I gotta say.
Yeah,
But what did
don't
you
be-
accomplish by that? Did you gain? Did your goal? Was your goal reached?
Right.
No.
Right.
Right.
You know.
So will we say then,
Mm.
realizing what it is it stress or anxiety? How do people put that in a category to then learn how to get the tools? But you say
Right.
if you're feeling this uncomfortableness
Mhm.
all the time, then
Yes,
maybe
it's a
counseling would be good.
consistency. Mhm.
So you could get the necessary tools, correct?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
sometimes people need a little extra
Sometimes you just
medication.
need, medication, or even just a way to find other activities. Like, for instance, finding activities that help you
Mhm.
stabilize. Like
Right.
for me, I literally like to sit on my beautiful long couch and do nothing.
Okay.
That's my heart rate
wish I
coming
could do
down.
that.
Right. So we have to find out. We have to kind of improvise.
Yes,
right?
yes.
When I have my moments when I'm back to back with like clients or things like that, my woosah might have to be just watching, waterfalls on my phone. Something.
Okay.
It's
Or
but
listen
it's
to the rain.
That would be great.
breathing, things like that. We have to kind of accommodate, I guess, to the situation, right?
Right.
But the point is that we're doing it, and that
Yeah.
actually over time, I believe it takes. They said about 21 days before a habit
Yes.
really forms.
Yes.
It is a consistency thing.
Okay.
We can't communicate to each other in ugly ways and feel like, oh, well, I've been like this, and then you get the same result, and then want something to change.
Her face. That tells a whole story right there. Look at that
You
face.
know how many times I hear, that's just me.
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person that has said this. So if
Right.
if your village is saying you got a problem, then maybe self-analyzation is the thing.
Inside is not everyone has it.
Right.
Not everyone.
But you
recognizes
said, and the
that.
key thing to
Yeah.
what you said too was the self-care part. I feel like that is key in the anxiety buildup
Yes.
because I could tell you I ain't seen the beach all year, and
It's a problem.
I see visions of it. I dream about it. I'm like, I'm ready for it,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
right now, financially, it's not in the cards. So
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
figure out what that looks like. Do I just need to go to a pretty pool that's going to be cheaper or what to kind of get me
you
in
that-
that space? Because,
yeah.
when you go on vacation, you feel good when you come back to work. Or you feel good when you have to come back to the world of stress.
Yep.
Right.
You're like, okay, look, the world is
Yeah.
great. Da, 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 da.
And
So,
but also one of those things where, how do we know how to do self-care if it's never modeled?
Girl.
that part. So what does
So-
that?
That's all of
well,
us.
really, what does that look like? I mean,
Right.
is self-care what we saying? Like what you said, lay on your beautiful couch, or we talking about let's go have a massage,
Right.
let's go out to eat with our
Right.
friends and laugh and get drunk or whatever,
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
and toss it up,
It's whatever is
what does that really
legal
look like?
and-
So does that have to go with like a self-analyzing thing? Like,
Yeah.
okay, because it's different for you, it's different for me, it's different for you,
Absolutely.
and whatever. So do we really need to sit down and really write it out? Like,
It might-
what makes me
That's
feel
actually a
good?
good idea. Yeah.
Or what makes our happy
Absolutely.
place? Like, okay, I know when I do this makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
You know?
Okay.
Absolutely.
So tell me this, Dr. Sam.
Mhm.
Am I crazy?
Yes. No.
Did you leave? Or was there
Are you being
part?
you being direct with me?
There's another part.
Okay. Yes, it was a two-part question, sister. At the wedding last night,
Okay.
while in line for my drink, I completed my HEB order.
Okay. That's multitasking.
But see,
I
and
don't know
that
if
makes
that's
me feel great
Okay.
because
There
I
you
checked off
go.
something done. Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
this line is long. I want this strawberry lemon drop. I'm gonna stay in this line Because if they run out, it's going to be a problem. So I stood in this long line. I already had on my dancing shoes. So I was good on that, you know. But I was like, I'm finna do this HEB. And so part of me was like, girl, you enjoy the moment. Put your phone down, you know, because I'm still grooving. The DJ was amazing. So I'm in the line. This man in the line. You know what I'm saying?
I would do the same thing.
Okay.
So is that a workaholic?
so am I-
or
right.
are we a taskaholic?
or am I
Is there a
crazy?
word for that? I said taskaholic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You know what? It's twofold. Okay, so for instance, you said that it physically gave you a difference, like you felt different after you did it.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. That means it obviously did something for you. It was something that you needed to get done.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like when, for instance, I am a therapist that sees a therapist.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
That's
it's one
good.
Of those, it's
Yeah.
for me. It's healthy, and there are things that I'm not perfect at, that I still have my niche, things going on.
Mm-hmm.
But self-care sometimes, like for instance, was given to me as in stepping outside of what you normally would do. So
Okay.
normally I would not be on my couch
Right.
watching TV. Or I would honestly be in my office, my home office. I'll be cooking, cleaning, washing, doing something, but not sitting still.
Okay.
And because for me, my brain is like, I could be doing something right now.
Yeah.
I'm shaking. Like,
Yes.
why? But then that also goes to show that you probably need to sit down if your brain is constantly like it's gonna get done. Like the
Yeah.
laundry is gonna get done eventually. And sometimes
Only if I do it.
Oh yeah. And then sometimes
Right. But you know what? What's crazy? My coworker, right? She's so zen.
Yeah.
So I was like, girl, what you about to go do? Because she comes in early. She gets up about 3, 4 o'clock. I said, girl, what you about to go do now? And she was like, well, I'm going to go home. I'm going to get in my closet. I'm going to turn off the light in the closet, and I'm going to meditate and this and another.
I wish.
I said, man, I've never meditated. Then I thought about our retreat.
Oh,
I said, even at the
there's
retreat when we're
different-
supposed to be or whatever,
We
I'm
were
sitting there
not.
in that little cocoon like,
am I gonna
okay.
fall? Is it gonna?
And then I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so I'm going to get this done, this done.
Yes,
So I said,
me.
I've never truly,
Yeah.
I don't know how to meditate
It's a
because I
practice.
don't know how to turn off my brain.
That's the
so
part.
then in my mind, I'm like, but
Yeah.
damn, girl, do I need some medicine to shut my brain down? No, seriously. I literally, at that moment, I said,
And that's another.
why can't I
Sister.
shut the
Yeah.
brain
Sister.
down? Even when I'm at church, I'll be feeling guilty sometimes. I'm like, I'm praise the Lord, but okay, so I
can't
church,
do
I'm gonna be doing this and this. So what is it? I'm like, is it me, or do I need to get some medicine to shut my brain down, or do I just need to get necessary tools to?
Right.
Because I'm telling, I've heard it. I was like, they probably couldn't even hypnose my butt, because I would be like. And then, so tomorrow.
And then, after I pick up Kane, I'm gonna run.
I'm gonna be
Yep.
shaking my head like this,
Mhm.
and it's not gonna take me out.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me like,
Right.
okay, yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do right after I leave here.
Well, I'm
Right.
medicated, sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I take anxiety medication. Ever since my mom died, I was prescribed. But I
just
still
found out.
But
This been 4 years.
I think I told you that. Okay, well. I don't know if I need a higher dose or something because my mind is still.
So, I mean, so in the beginning, did you feel like it helped? I mean, what
Oh,
does it feel like?
it definitely
like,
helps.
what does it feel like?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
I
think that's
know-
the scare. What does it feel like? We know it's a physical thing. Like I said, like I
Right.
can feel myself rising up when I feel my client's energy
Right.
and this,
Yeah.
that, and the other. So,
I know the difference for me is I sleep better when I have it because when I run out or I forget to get my refill or the doctor, I'm waiting on the doctor to refill it, and I go a couple of days without it, there's definitely a difference in my sleep. Sleep is going to affect my
There you
day.
go.
My
Yeah.
day is, you know what I mean? So I
so
can feel
in
it
the
like
day,
that.
what do you feel like? So is it so that you're saying sleep good at nighttime, but in the daytime is when we're really
But see, I don't take it during the. I don't know if I take it at night because I'm trying to sleep.
Okay. For
So
you, it's
maybe
an
if I took
evening.
it during the day, I purposely take my medications at night because I tend to get nausea all the time.
Oh,
So I'd rather
okay,
sleep through the
gotcha.
nauseousness. Is that a word?
nauseousness.
Nausea. I'd rather sleep through the nausea. That sounded good though, nauseousness. Yeah, I'd rather sleep through the
Right.
side effects. Hello,
There you
than go
go.
through the day with it. So
Right.
I don't know. They
What
didn't
that
tell me to
looks
take it at day or night. I just take it at night
Right.
out of
Yeah.
habit.
But you probably
and I
need it in the
sleep better.
daytime when this stuff is happening, girl.
Then maybe I feel like I ain't gonna get nothing done.
What?
I don't know.
But how would you know?
How would I know?
You don't.
I need to take it on a Sunday.
There you go.
I need to take it on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I need to
So
take
you
it
can
on a
really
Sunday.
see what's going on.
It-
So what would you say to that?
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons for medication, it is to help decrease the symptoms that come with
Okay.
the anxiety.
Okay.
So for you, it is to calm your brain in a sense so that you can relax and go to sleep at night because your sleep impacts the rest of your day,
Yeah.
right?
It does.
For others, they'll take it during the day because there's just so much going on. For instance, when I left the military, I had a hard time going to like Walmart, and I would
Really?
sit in my car for at least 30 minutes
Get out.
trying to get myself to go into Walmart,
Shut up.
grab my milk, and come out because it was just so much. The
Yeah.
anxiety, actually, physically, I was nauseous.
Right.
I was having my own side effects. I was sweating. Like, you would think I was about to go in and start
Yeah.
Right.
running a marathon or
Right,
boxing or trying to like run over people. No, I just could not handle the anxiety of being in a situation
Yeah.
that I felt unsafe
Mm-hmm.
in a sense.
You know what? My coworker, she had a little baby. The baby is going on 7 months.
Yeah.
And so we were all supposed to go out, and she was supposed to meet us there. She stays over an hour away. This girl literally got dressed, finally, put on her clothes, makeup, got herself all cute. Hey, I'm on my way. I'm trying to find a park right now. 30 minutes later, I'm like, girl, where you at? You still trying to find a park? She had so much anxiety for seeing all the people. She said, I don't think I was ready yet. And
real.
she left.
It's
She
a
never
real-
came in.
Yeah.
She was like, I just couldn't
Yeah.
handle the
Aw.
crowd, the this and the other. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there like, in my brain, I'm like, girl, are you kidding me right,
Right.
now?
Yeah.
If I dolled up, oh, somebody gonna see this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so would it have been better if she
Yeah.
said, come out and get me
Yeah.
to help her with that anxiety? Or what she did, just left. You know what I mean?
Some people don't even know they're having anxiety.
Right.
Right? Some
Yeah.
people don't even
Or
recognize.
a panic attack.
Right. They
Versus
don't, no one
Yeah,
sits
'cause
there
what does a
and
panic attack
recognizes
look like?
that. Oh,
What does that look like
Well,
versus what we've
and
been talking about?
and is a panic attack the same as an anxiety attack?
so yes and no.
They're
So
cousins.
panic, it is kind of like a cousin,
Yeah.
but panic attack tend to happen and you're not sure when it's going to happen. So I've had people say like, I was in the grocery store, I was doing fine, and all of a sudden I was on the floor. Like, it's one of those things. It's almost like your body is having a visual moment. And,
So
and it
a
can't.
panic attack, when all panic attacks happen, is it something that will make you pass out?
It
Or
can.
it can
It can. Everyone has a certain like reaction to it. Some have, moments where they are shaking so hard they can't move. They're, wanting to pass out. They're feeling like almost like they're going to die. When someone says, "I feel
Yeah.
like I'm gonna die," like they're literally feeling like my heart's beating fast.
Chest closing in.
Chest,
and
I
all
can't
that.
breathe. Like, those are actual, like, those things that people will say often when they're having a panic attack. And then sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, it's gone. But the fear is that, when is it going to happen? So then that's where
That's
the
another stressor.
anxiety comes on top of
Yes,
it. And then you have a
yes.
panic attack again. Because you're like,
Yeah.
when is it going to
Yeah.
happen? I don't know. And it literally feels like you are walking on eggshells with yourself.
Dang. So
Yeah.
Jonathan, in the studio, always got to get the male perspective.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you or have you ever had a stress and or panic attack? And if not, have you seen your wife? Have you had to
how do men?
help-
Yeah, how do men
Yeah.
deal with that?
I haven't gotten one to what you guys are describing,
You
but
so cool.
I've seen
You so
my
cool.
my stepdaughter run through that,
Okay. Okay.
and it's where with her, when it happened, it was where like her eyes kind of widened up a little bit, like almost like in a state of shock.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then she started like her whole body
Shaking.
can see really shaking,
Mhm.
and I wasn't sure like what to do.
Yeah.
I thought she was going into a seizure, so I wasn't sure exactly what. I tried to like get like an ice cold like towel just to try to like
Cool her
maybe cool
down.
her down.
Yeah.
But if that was to happen, like what would you recommend somebody do for something like that?
Right.
Because I was getting nervous myself because I'm like I thought she was gonna
You
didn't
have
know
a
what was
stroke
going-
or so. I had no
Right.
idea.
It does mimic it because
Yeah.
our body is literally reacting to what's going on, right? Our
Mhm.
mind is racing or whatnot.
Mhm.
You did actually perfect, honestly. That right there, just being that support for them. Sometimes you have to lay them down because their body is literally almost in shock.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
Right.
was crazy.
So what you did was perfect. It's just you're there for them and then you're breathing them through them. And half the time, when someone's in that state, they're not listening. They can't hear
Yeah.
information coming in. So just being there for them physically,
Mhm.
bring them through cold cloth, things like that.
Wait a minute,
probably
did
the
Jonathan?
best.
So you don't have Jonathan? You
Not
don't
to
have
that, not to that degree.
not to that degree, but
Nah,
what
like,
about
I've had-
anxiety?
I've
You know?
had it. I've had it when it's come to like say like public speaking, as far as doing like a workshop with people.
Right.
Like when I first started like DJing weddings and having to talk, like to, even something simple as saying like, I need you to move your vehicle. It's parked over here. Like, I would feel that nervousness. I didn't get the shakes, but it was where, like, why do I feel like why am I stressing out about this particular thing?
Right.
And for me, like, the kind of mechanism that helped me get away from that was the obstacle. I looked at it felt like it was me versus everybody else. Instead of like, you know what, let me try to make one friend out of this whole situation. So like the first time I ended up getting to talk to the bride's father, and we just kind of started chopping up a little bit. Like, oh, I'm gonna DJ the night. What's your favorite music? Oh, as long as you're throwing Luther, like, we good.
Yeah.
So from there, it ended up helping me build a friend out of that situation. So it didn't feel like it was me versus them. It was just me and part of the group
Okay.
on there, because I was starting to build like this big wall of just nervousness
Right.
from
That's
there.
really nice.
But I haven't had that extreme feeling that I saw my daughter like just convulsing, and just it was just a crazy feeling. Like I've never had that type of feeling. And I think on a male side, it's a little tougher
Right.
is.
Why?
because
The macho, the
exactly
ego,
it's that it's
I got
It's
this.
a lot.
yeah.
I got this.
You're like,
Yeah.
why am I stressing something like that? Like
Right.
we tend to take something that's emotional as a bit of weakness
Right.
on that end.
That
we
definitely is
should
inside,
already
yeah.
be able to cope with that
Handle it.
without having to ask people to get help
Exactly.
Right.
with that.
Even when I do my shows and I have to
Exactly.
travel, it's leading up to it, but the whole week leading up, it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I just don't want to go. You know, oh
Yeah.
Lord, I have to pack up my stuff. I
Yep.
got to get my
Yeah.
equipment together. I have to move all my clients to a certain day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be congested on the books. It's gonna be so much.
Catastrophizing.
Now,
It's
Yeah.
almost like you're
once I get on the
Oh,
plane
you
and
hear
get there,
that? Catastrophe.
catastrophizing. Like you're literally just
Catastrophizing.
yeah.
I'm
everything
using that
is
this week.
going
Catastrophizing
to.
your situation.
Yeah, it's like I'm thinking about all the stuff that's about to
Yes.
happen for the
Yes.
week, and it's like,
Yes.
okay, pack your bag on Monday when you're off. That would get one thing
There
off
you
the
go.
off the chop block.
Preparing.
Do this, but even still, I'm in it. I'm doing
Okay.
it, but I'm still like,
That's anxiety.
this
That's
is a-
our
okay, that's
components.
anxiety.
Those are components of
now once I get on
anxiety,
the
yeah.
plane, I'm like, all right,
You're
I'll
good.
now. Okay,
And you're back to your normal self.
right.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole week is kind of like
Yes.
it's mentally,
Yeah.
physically, like this is some BS right here.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
And
Again.
it's
So-
you.
And then I do it again. Yeah.
Right. Then you do it again next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I think for people understanding that, like
Yeah.
knowing it's a temporary feeling
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that you're not alone in it
Yeah.
and it's
That
normal.
part. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a normal
absolutely
human thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're not cuckoo,
Absolutely.
but sometimes you are. You know,
I asked if I was crazy. You said yes. And I couldn't even get my question.
it just threw you off, officers.
And then I was like, hey,
it's gonna be stuck with
Crazy's
it.
not always bad, you know.
hey, if it's crazy and I'm functional.
Right.
Yeah.
Functional
Like,
crazy.
am I functional though? See, that's
Yeah.
the brain. But look, we have a real live fact checker today. I
Oh,
don't
yes.
have to Google the stuff. We have
Right.
a real live certified
Fact
fact
checker.
checker. So, Dr. Sam,
Yes.
what can you close out
Yeah.
this episode with some type of advice? Even the baby step suggestions. What
Yeah.
can you offer our listeners?
Yeah, that's a good one. For sure, if you find yourself not being able to conduct like the simple things in life,
Mhm.
and it's consistent, that should raise red flags for
Okay.
you. That it is overwhelming, and then first of all, it is hindering you from just living your life.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Because how do we know when it's
Mm.
that and not depression?
Oh, that's a
Ooh,
whole. That's
girl,
a,
that's a whole nother hour.
So I mean, you know,
and that also.
just a little nugget to kind of like let people know,
No,
like,
for
no,
real.
girl, this is depression.
No, girl, you
this
are
is not
depre-
anxiety.
Yes.
And
No, for real.
in
No,
depression,
seriously.
anxiety, they also can have a little bit of interchange, but for sure with depression, it's also how long are we feeling those feelings of sadness, guilty,
Mm.
worrying, just anxiety to a point where it's like I can't function, like I want to sleep or I'm not sleeping enough.
Or they go to coping mechanisms.
Right, there we go, right?
Yeah.
So it is one of those things where
That should take some juice.
so I want to encourage those who are feeling those symptoms to actually take a moment to self-reflect. And even if you have to write them down, you might need to write them down because when you go to your doctor, you're like, yeah, for the past 2 weeks, this is what I'm
Okay.
feeling.
Okay.
For the past 4 weeks, this has really been going on because that actually helps to find that support and that middle ground stability that you need. But at the end of the day, if you can practice self-care, whatever that looks like, that I would say is your go-to.
Okay.
Definitely.
I like it.
I do too.
So for those guests out there, again, if you are wondering what it is, get to a counselor so they can help you diagnose what that is. You know, there's nothing wrong. We have to stop thinking about, oh, going to counseling is for the weak, or, oh, we don't need that, or, oh, I don't have the money for that. You can't afford not to.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
It
when
can
we
be
feel better, you
serious.
can be more productive, and great things happen to productive people, you know, when we're in our right mindset. So stop with the cliches and the taboos of,
Are there excuses?
you know, of counseling's not good, it's not necessary. Understand what it is. Is it anxiety? Am I having a breakdown?
Right.
Do I just need to step away for a second?
Right. Do I need to eliminate something
Right.
from my life?
Am I really depressed, or what is that look like? Get the answers that you need so you can be more helpful to your family, your friends,
Especially if
and-
you have kids. So you can be a functional,
Right.
productive parent.
right.
Absolutely. We want to
Business or
show
whatever
our
that
children, we want
is.
to model, which is so important to me.
That part.
Model what does self-care look like, so our children who will become adults at one point,
Yes.
or if you have adult children,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
how can you help them better function in life?
Right.
And giving them the necessary tools
Give them
because
necessary
they
tools.
they have a lot that goes on.
It's
They
a
do.
lot going
Yeah.
on right now.
Well, we're going to include Dr. Sam's information. And
She is open for one-on-one counseling
Yes.
as well, group counseling, family counseling,
Yes.
and all that good stuff.
Yes.
So
Yes.
she's my counselor as well,
She's my counselor as well.
and she saved my life.
She saved a lot of things.
Yes.
Well, it was great to have you on.
Thank you so
We will have you
much.
on in the future.
Thank you.
More episodes to come.
Yes.
All right,
Appreciate
y'all.
it.
That
So,
was
yes.
good. Signing
Come on.
out.
Tune in
Transparency
to-
in the chair.
Absolutely.
Y'all deuces.
Peace.
That was right at the hour.
Right. Oh, damn. Was it?
If you want to be on the show or you have a show idea, email us at transparencyinthechair@outlook.com, or you can visit our website at transparencyinthechair.hair. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, but watch our full episodes on YouTube. Transparency in the Chair, y'all. Let's get transparent.
Just aside, I let the music take you anywhere like tide. Cause it's me they calling the real loco. Mass play when I on the floor. Gal bend over and touch their toe.